First station. Jesus is condemned to death. Pilate handed Jesus over to be crucified. Mark 15:15.
Jesus, you endure suffering and death because you believed in
The evidence they have condemned you on is flimsy. You have loved people without reservation. You have given comfort and life to those who suffer. You have called the ones on the margins into the center, but the leaders of your people feel threatened. Pilate recognizes your innocence, but even he is concerned for his status and condemns you. Countless people in Latin America are bound in chains and taken away. They have fought against oppression. They have struggled for the right to life. They have cried out in desperation for human rights.
Second station. Jesus is given a cross to carry. And carrying his own cross, he went out of the city. John 19:17.
Jesus Christ, you endure suffering and death because you believed in life. Where are they now, those who never wanted to leave your side, who swore loyalty to you? They let you down, everyone, men and women alike. You stand there mocked alone, in your pain humiliated. You take up the cross alone. In cities, people hurry past one another. Nothing binds them. There are bridges to nowhere. Among them, and yet far removed, the powerless struggle for survival. Old people, hungry people, people with mental illness, and young addicts. They are overlooked by the successful, those whose hearts have been turned to stone by their isolation. Jesus, in our need, we are linked together. Help us to build bridges to one another.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Third station. Jesus falls for the first time. He has sent me to set the downtrodden free. Luke 4:19.
You wanted everyone to walk upright. There was a woman in the synagogue whose back was bent for 18 years. You called her to your side, touched her, healed her, and freed her to walk upright. Now your back is bent under the weight of the cross. You falter, you fall. Jesus, whenever life is oppressed, let us struggle courageously against that oppression.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Fourth station. Jesus meets his mother. His mother stored up all these things in her heart. Luke 2:51.
You see your mother, she sees you. She conceived you, carried you in her body, gave birth to you, nurtured you, and brought you up. She preserves many images of you in her heart. And now this spectacle, her son mistreated, contorted with pain, stripped of his dignity.
She brings to mind other encounters. A mother with empty hands who has to say no to her hungry child. An unemployed father cannot buy medication for his ailing child.
Parents who watch their children become crippled by poverty These things take place 1,000 times among the poor around the world. Jesus, bring comfort to the hearts of parents who see their children suffer and to those who cannot ease that suffering.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Fifth station. Simon of Cyrene helps Jesus to carry his cross. They compelled a passerby, Simon of Cyrene, who was coming in from the country, to carry his cross. Mark 15:21.
Your steps is slow down. Your strength is gone. The cross is too heavy. The soldiers can see that. But they don't lend a hand themselves. Instead, they force a stranger to share your burden. He didn't say no. He knows that is no point. Your pain is nothing new to him. A soldier forced to help.
Jesus, ethnic minorities are discriminated against here too. Let us recognize them as our sisters and brothers.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Sixth station. Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. If you did this to the least of my people, you did it to me. Matthew 25:40.
There is blood on your face. Is there really no one to relieve your pain? Yes, a woman. Courageously, she pushes her way through the soldiers, ignoring their dirty insinuations. She only sees your wounded face. With a cloth, she tenderly and carefully wipes you clean. Jesus calls out to us from the faces of those who suffer. Their features are his features, for he takes on brotherhood with all who suffer. Jesus, open our hearts and eyes to your presence in those who suffer.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Seventh station. Jesus falls for a second time. Give us this day our daily bread. Matthew 6:11.
The road winds on into the distance. You no longer feel the ground, you fall again. Throughout your life, you have done without possessions and comfort. You don't even have a bed at night to call your own. You teach praise for daily bread. You put your trust in God, who is like a concerned father and a protective mother. He nourishes everyone. Jesus, give us our daily bread and let us pass on any surplus to others.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Eighth station. Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. Many women cried and lamented for him. Luke 23:27.
There are women along the roadside. They see how you have been abused. They lament and cry out. People who publicly acknowledge you are now threatened with persecution. The women are not very concerned for themselves. They are moved by compassion. But you know their future. Women, do not cry for me. Weep for yourselves and for your children. Jesus, Let us cry out like these women act in justice and work steadfastly for a future that is more just.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Ninth station. Jesus falls for a third time. Whoever welcomes such a child in my name welcomes me. Mark 9:37.
You are so tired, you fell down on the roads. You are alone in your pain. Just was driven a broken family mice found alone. Children are better for you, brothers, and love them every when you are tired. You said that God is only open to children. The sorcerer puts you on and hurt you, like how angry Hereford was cross our heart. Jesus that was uttered hold no better place for children. Help us to only fell on the place of wagon for them.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
10th station. Jesus is stripped of his clothes. They divided his garments among them. Matthew 27:35.
Mercilessly they strip you. Your clothes, your last protection, they share out amongst themselves. There you are, naked, humiliated to the last, like a tree which is chopped down, leaf by leaf, branch by branch, a tree whose trunk is wounded and slowly bleeds to death. Jesus, human beings, and nature can only survive in harmony with each other. Let us protect creation.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
11th station. Jesus is nailed to the cross. You cannot serve both God and money. Matthew 6:24.
Powerfully they hammer in the nails. Now your life is at stake. Do you give up? No. You are true to your message, even to the last drops of blood. God or wealth, either or, you said. You never sought power or money. You tirelessly announced life in its fullness. God desires life for each person throughout creation. Whoever works against this works against God and nails you to the cross. Jesus, a divided world was not part of God's plan. Don't allow us to get used to it.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
12th station. Jesus dies on the cross. But Jesus gave a loud cry and breathed his last. Mark 15:37.
When we drown in dark pain, in the greatest guilt, when there no longer seems to be a way out, Jesus comes to us. He sank so low on the cross that there was no further to go. From there, he offered us love and hope. New life germinates for us and for the raptured earth. Jesus, in your greatest despair, you give us hope and solidarity.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
13th station. The body of Jesus is taken down from the cross. If a grain of wheat dies, it bears much fruit. John 12:24.
Your mother is among the few who did not evade your death. As a child, you played on her lap. Now she holds your lifeless body in her arms. Her face shows silent pain. She looks back on your life, following every event. You brought the life of God's new world, even though it is still only a few who realize it. Jesus, open us to the experience of hope, our sisters and brothers.
Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
14th station. Jesus is laid in the tomb. Joseph took the body, wrapped it in a linen, and laid it in his own tomb. Mark 27:59.
They lay your body in a cloth to commit to the earth. There is a smell of death. Overcome by grief, they cry out in pain. But if their protest a bit late, why didn't they raise their voices days ago when you were being treated worse and worse? Now even they feel responsible for your death. Jesus, give us the grace to make grasp at Jesus.
Jesus.